guys, it's Maddie from Weave and Willow. I'm going to be showing you today how to make a ladybug applique. It is not flat, it is more of a 3D item, and you can use it for all sorts of things. So I'm going to use a size H hook. That's also an 8 or 5.00 millimeter hook. I use boy. I have my yarn needle. You will need that for the black portion, for this line right here and the spots. Cut about 2 feet of yarn for that. And then scissors. I'm going to be working with a red yarn and then the black, but you can make your ladybug, a pastel color. You can pick, whatever color you want, depending on what you're looking for. My idea is that I would like actually to make some pastel ladybugs for the Easter time. I think that would be really cute. But for today, I'm sticking with this red. So let's start with our hook, pick up our hook. Also to add the yarn, I'm using a medium acrylic size 4. That's the red and the black. So you want something that's about a medium size, not something too small or too thick. We're going to start with a chain 1. Like that. We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slip stitch into the first chain. And you should have a circle. We're going to start doing single crochet stitches into the middle of that circle. So put your hook into the middle, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Continue that around. If you can, I try to hide that tail as I go. So I'll kind of like pinch it so that way I can just crochet over it and that'll hide it. We're just doing single crochets in the circle around our chain, like so. I'm not counting them, just working around. The nice thing about this pattern is that you don't have to count anything besides that first chain, pretty much. Makes it really easy, really quick to create these. Now, you may notice that as we're going, we're starting to single crochet over those last ones. That is what we're doing. So you're going to get, these are going to get a little bit bigger. This is going to create the bigger part of the body. We're going to go until we feel like it is the size that we want, as well as that circle in the middle. I don't want to see a big hole there. So when it starts getting harder to put our hook in the middle there, then we'll probably get closer to being done with the body. Definitely looking kind of like a red donut. Okay, that is about the size I'm looking for. So what we're going to do is chain 1, take your scissors, cut, pull through. We are done with the red, so you can set that aside. Now let's do something with our little tail here. I'm going to find some yarn to pull through, chain 1, pull all the way through, tighten that, and then cut. Not this trash. All right, there's our little ladybug. So now we're going to take our black yarn. We're not going to use the yarn needle yet, so get your hook. We're creating the head portion. Again, create a chain. Chain of 3. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch into the first chain all the way. Going to skip the first 2 chains, go into that first one and do a single crochet, yarn over, go back into that same chain, the first one, yarn over, pull up, but don't pull through, yarn over, go back in, yarn over, pull through. You're kind of creating all these loops on here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that 2 more times. So yarning over, pull through, yarning over. All right, now we're going to yarn over again and pull it all the way through all of our loops. Oop. Almost lost it. Okay. And chain 1, take your scissors, cut, pull through. This is like a bobble stitch that I pulled that from. All right, so now figure out where you want the head. I'm gonna flip it over, put my hook through, grab one of these ends, okay, and like the one over, go ahead and put the hook through, grab the other end, like that. Go ahead and tie. Just start to pull that in, turn it over, let's kind of fix his little head, turn it back, tighten, go ahead and tie again, and we can go ahead and cut those. So now we have the head. Grab your yarn needle with your thread. We're going to start on this end and go across, creating that line right there. So in like the middle here, go up. And I usually try to catch a little bit of the head. Yeah, right there. Okay. I like to flip it over, kind of see where that middle is. Follow it around to the back. Yarn through. Needle through. Like that. Okay. So now we're going to make these dots. You can flip it over to look where you're going. I tend to kind of want to eye exactly where I'm putting the needle up through. So like right there. Pull up. Create a knot. Very simple knot. Just a loop around, and I lost it. Here we go. as you pull. So you should have a knot on there. Don't go back into the same space. Go like over one piece of yarn and push through. Okay, like that. Find your next spot. Make a knot. So circle, go through, tighten it as you go. All right, that's my knot right there. Go one piece of yarn over. Okay. One more on this side, I think. It is beginning of February here, and it has been cold, and we've had 2 winter storms back to back, so I am thinking about spring already. These little ladybugs. All right, now when I put this one through, I'm kind of doing it at an angle because I want to come up over here next. So that'll get me a little bit closer to that side. Okay. I made a bunch of these for my grandmother, and I glued magnets on the back, so she's got a whole bunch of them just adorning her refrigerator. And then I've made these and attached them to napkin rings. And that was cute. I imagine these would be cute on maybe a purse, like a denim purse. Would be probably where I'd go with that. Maybe like a little girl, like 4, like a skirt for her. Now, I don't do antennas on mine, but you absolutely could if you wanted to add 2 pieces of yarn right here. You could add little black legs as well. Okay. So last one, and it wants to be stubborn. Come on, there we go. All right, flip it over. And then I'm bringing it back to this end so I can tie it off. So just kind of across like that. Okay, take my yarn needle out. I'm gonna double knot this. Cut, and voila. Well, let's flip it. Flip the ladybug. And kind of adjust that. That is. Okay. And that is how to make a really quick and easy ladybug applique. Thanks for watching, guys. Have fun. Happy spring, hopefully soon. Please follow, share, like, comment. I love to read the comments. You guys are great. Thanks, guys. Bye.